Leo, how are we today, Leo? Just doing our weekly readings, and this week we're actually doing the monthly readings. So, looking ahead at September, what's going on in your energy for September. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. If you haven't seen it already, the most recent All Signs video was all about money, so definitely check that one out. I will have some upcoming love readings as well that are sort of for September as well. So, definitely make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with those. And as we all know, I do like to do things a little bit differently and change it up sometimes, which I am doing a little bit here today with the monthly readings. I do actually have two decks as one today. So I've got it blended as one deck here, but it is actually two decks. So this is a pairing deck. We have the Earthbound Oracle as well as the Seeker's Lenormand mixed together there. There is also a tarot deck that does go along with these decks, but I'm just using the Oracle and the Lenormand today. But sort of getting sort of straight on into it for you, Leo. I will just draw all your cards out first, and then we'll sort of go through everything all in one. Okay, Leo, what's going on for Leo in September? Starting off with a bit of an overview for Leo in September. Theme of the month for our Leos, please. Oh, Leo. Okay, looking at your energy specifically here, Leo. Past, present, future for Leo's energy throughout September. Just straight away, I'm wanting a clarity for that third card for Leo, please. Challenge. What are the challenges Leo may face throughout September? Throwing things at me, Leo. I did also drop another one at the start there too. Okay. And the advice for Leo throughout September. The advice for Leo in September. And hidden and subconscious energy for our Leos. Leo, please don't hate me. I'm just going to say that in advance here, Leo, because this may be a little bit of a harder reading for you guys to hear. I hate to break it to you, but September is not going to be your month from the looks of this. The first card that did fall out was the masculine energy there, Leo, which we do see as the theme of the month for you, that masculine energy. It's coming through once again here with the clouds coming through and the whip. Okay, so this is kind of you being in an energy this month where you're conflicted, you're overthinking for sure, definitely overthinking this month, Leo. Very stuck in your head, you know, telling yourself that you need to be considering reality and you need to be in reality space, but it actually turns into avoiding your heart space and it kind of getting stuck in your head. And then when we do get stuck in our head, we start to overthink the potential negative outcomes here, all the bad things sort of crowd over us, and it leads us to, you know, confusion and clouded judgment with the way that we're thinking. So, you know, negative inspires more negative thinking and then more negative thinking, and we forget to, you know, consider positive thoughts, which I feel as though, you know, this is kind of what's happening for you this month, because, you know, we're seeing the masculine energy, and what does masculine energy control? War, chaos, control itself, you know, dominance, which we're seeing that backed up with that whip energy as well. So kind of beating yourself up very muchly so this month over the way that you're thinking about things, but it's because you're very stuck in your head this month, very stuck in the chaos of, inside your own mind. And it actually creates a lot of confusion and anxiety, and actually clouds your judgment and stops you from being able to see very clearly other things that are going on for you this month. So this is going to be a hard month when it comes to the way that you're perceiving things and thinking about things this month. It does appear to be a bit rough for you. Okay. The past energy that you are in here, we have the sun, the solar card, which is your energy. Okay, Leo. The sun in the Lenormand is that is the earthbound oracle there, but we do see the sun and moon in that deck as well. And so that is Leo energy. So you have sort of come from, probably some very strong things that you've learned about yourself recently, things that you've learned about how you deal with things, and things that you've gone through in your life. And it has kind of just left you feeling a little bit, I flew too close to the sun kind of energy, a little bit burnt, a little bit sunburnt. You know how when you get a really bad sunburn and then, you get too much sun is a bad thing, because then you get sunburn and you start peeling and blistering and things like that. That's kind of what's happening here. You kind of flew a little bit too close to the sun, and you tried to take on too much all at once. Which we love someone that's doing their work and having these personal epiphanies about themselves. That's fantastic. But you kind of took too much on board all at once, and so you've now kind of forced yourself into this, I can't deal with this right now. I'm just going to push all that aside and just focus on negative, negative, negative. Everything's too much. Everything's, causing me conflict within myself, and I'm struggling a little bit this month. I feel like you're kind of, it's really this energy of punishing yourself and beating yourself up kind of thing, that you're treating yourself badly about the way that you're thinking and feeling as though you're a bad person and things like that. You're fighting with yourself. There's a part of you deep down that's kind of like, but no, you're a great person, Leo, but you've had all this stuff rise up to the surface within you recently, and it's kind of, you can only see the bad things about that right now because of this clouds energy. You're a little bit stuck in the perspective of seeing this as, it's too much. It's a lot to handle, which it definitely is, and because we do see your present energy, we have the bear. Okay, so you're kind of getting a little bit defensive against yourself, and a little bit, I just don't know how to put up my boundaries. I don't know how to nurture this part of myself, and I don't know how to incorporate, I've allowed the shadows to rise within myself, and I just don't know how to, balance those out and incorporate that side of myself with, the good side. It's kind of like you've tried so much to face the darkness within, that you've taken that and allowed it to encompass you, and that's overtaking everything else. Okay. So you do need to protect yourself a little bit against that, yes, but it's more so to do with the way that you're thinking about these things. And it's okay to stop yourself from thinking about those things and feeling those things for a little while, but you can't allow yourself to make it this huge big anxiety within you, that you're kind of building it up, and you're allowing it to snowball inside you into this huge big thing, whereas it's not actually about that. It's about nurturing that. Okay, I can accept that is part of what I am, who I am, and move past that. I can accept that, and I can forgive myself for that, and move past that, and see the sun again. See the happy things as well. So you're needing to really, which I am seeing, the future energy here. We have the gift card coming through, which I have clarified with balance. Okay, so in the future, you will receive the gift of being able to balance this all out and come back to a, a level playing field within yourself here, Leo. But it is a bit of a struggle for you at the moment because of your challenge here. Your challenge, we have the lily coming through with transformation. Okay, so this is where you're just at that point in your self-growth, in your shadow work sort of stuff. You're just at that point, Leo. So don't beat yourself up about it. Everybody kind of goes through this. Sometimes things have got to go, all the way to 100 before we can slowly, regulate it back down to 50. All right, you've been at 0 so long, and then that you opened up to all this other stuff, and now you're at 100, and so now we're needing to go back down. You went from here to here. Now we're just needing to go back down to make up the difference and level it back out again. So you've just peaks and troughs. We're just at that high point at the moment where things are just a little bit overwhelming for you. But it's all part of your transformation. And that's why we're seeing this balance is a gift in the near future for you, that you will get through this transformation. But it's just this period of time where you are in this month that is just you being a bit rough on yourself. That's just feeling like, because it's this kind of in between period. All right, you can even see in this card here, we've got the caterpillar at the top, we've got the cocoon, and then we've got the moth here. So you're kind of in the cocoon at the moment, like you've been down at 0 where you're a caterpillar, and you raced ahead to 100 where you were all of a sudden this moth, but you didn't have that period in the middle where you've now had to come back down to that period in the middle, and it feels like, oh, then you're kind of beating yourself up because I'm not doing anything, and I feel like I'm useless at the moment. But do you know what? You need to be in your little cocoon right now. You need to, go through this period of time where you're not actively, doing anything because of this. You're being, this is why it's a challenge for you, because your vulnerabilities are open wide right now, to you, within your own self. You're very vulnerable at the minute, and the way that you're speaking to yourself at the moment, you are being a bit rough on yourself, Leo, and you need to, that's why this is here. That it's a challenge to be kinder to yourself, to really allow yourself to be vulnerable, to allow yourself to accept that I can be emotionally intimate with myself. I don't have to hide from my emotions, but I don't have to take them as, gospel either. I need to find the balance. Okay, so you're kind of in this energy where you're flipping from, the emotions are so much that I need to be in my headspace. Then as soon as I'm trying to get out of my headspace, I just flip back into this emotional space where I'm very vulnerable and open, and it's really about trying to find the middle ground here, Leo. You've been doing a lot of work. I can really feel that you have been doing a lot of work. That's why we're seeing, the transformation itself is the challenge for you right now, because, when a caterpillar goes down into a cocoon, it turns into goo before it can actually reform and become a butterfly or a moth. Okay, so you actually need to go into goo before you can pop out of your cocoon and become this brand new beautiful butterfly or moth. And that's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. So that's the stage you just happen to be at right now, is this uncomfortable part of the transition where you are goo. And I'm like, I kind of really feel that is very accurate for a lot of you this month, that you are just going to be having these moments where you're like, I just feel like goo today. Okay, like, stop and think about it and get back to me in a month, Leo, and let me know how many times in September do you have the thought of, today is a goo kind of day where I am just in my cocoon and I just can't be bothered doing anything. I don't want to fly. I don't want to, be a little caterpillar crawling around either, but I don't want to fly yet. I just want to be goo right now. And I just need to be goo right now. I can't think, I can't feel, I just need to be goo. Okay, so you are just feeling a little bit challenged by that energy right now, Leo. So go easy on yourself this month, yeah? We do have your advice. We have the dog and reflect. I feel like this is relatively straightforward here. It's reflecting upon your friendships, your loyalties, understanding and compassion that's in your life. All right. So the dog is about your friends, the people that are loyal to you, the people that show you compassion and understanding. And you're needing to reflect upon how do they show me those things, and that I feel those things. So if someone is my friend, how do I feel friendship? How do I feel loved? How do I feel somebody is compassionate and understanding towards me? And you need to reflect upon that so that you can start being that for yourself as well. Okay? Because it's like that's what's missing for you at the minute. All right? We're seeing that with the headspace up there. We're seeing that with that bear energy, and you being in quite a little vulnerable state right now. You need to be a better friend to yourself, and your advice is to reflect upon what makes you feel loyalty, what makes you feel understood, and that, empathy for others, and showing that to yourself. All right. So that's your advice there, is to, be a better friend to yourself. Treat yourself the way that you would treat your friends, Leo. Not the way that you have been treating yourself, where you are, punishing yourself and you're in conflict and you're telling yourself, bad, Leo, you did bad. No more of that, okay? No more whipping ourselves. We're reflecting upon what a friend would do for us, what we would do for a friend, and do that for ourselves. All right, being a better friend to oneself. Now, the subconscious energy, we have time, we have labor. You can see the little bee in the beehive there, and we have the mountain. Okay, so it's going to take time. It's not something that can just happen overnight. It's like a mountain here, Leo. You have to take one step forward every day. Just try to take a step up this mountain. It's a hard work. All right, it's not easy to climb a mountain. Don't be afraid if you fall back a step. Just keep on climbing. Just be determined and perseverant to just keep on going and put in that work, because you do also with that labor here. Yes, it's going to be a lot of hard work. Yes, it's going to maybe take a little bit of time to keep climbing and keep climbing and keep climbing every single day. Get up and just keep climbing. Or like out of Finding Nemo, just keep swimming every single day. Get up and choose. Today, I don't have to do anything dramatic. I'm just going to try. I'm just going to try to move one step forward. I don't need to run up the entire mountain in one go. No, I'm just going to, one little step at a time. With the beehive energy there too, there's probably a lot of people around you here, maybe Capricorns as well with that mountain. Also, I'm picking up on a Sagittarius there as well with the bee energy that's normally associated with the Clover card, which is Sagittarius energy. So there may be some Capricorns, Sagittarians, or around you that are wanting to help you, and they're wanting to help you be a better friend to yourself. Maybe you're reflecting upon your friendships with those people. For some of you, it's family rather than friends as well. But there's community, there's people that can help you. Even if you don't have anyone in your immediate vicinity, there is community. Okay, think about all the different communities available to us on social media. Pretty much anything you can think of, there's a group for that on Facebook. I can guarantee it. All right, so definitely have a think about those sorts of things there, Leo. But that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.